From Roberto. Hey, Tom, this is it. The first time I've ever donated. Tomorrow's my birthday, 19 years old. What head coach do you think fits best for the Cowboys? First off, Roberto, happy birthday. Cheers to you, my friend. Look, I would love to do a real search. Like, I think Aaron Glenn would be a good fit for this team. I think Ben Johnson gives them what they don't really have right now. But I think my concern is they're just going to do like a non-existent search and hire Kellen Moore, which isn't a good process. Results might be okay, but I don't think it's a good process at all. That came in via super thanks. A lot of them on today's show, by the way. A feature on YouTube, just like a super chat, allows you to donate outside of live videos. Edit your message, send in whatever. Click the thanks icon, send it in, as long as it's not an ism. Even if it says, Tom, you suck, we will put it on the show. Give you a shout out because we appreciate your support. Lawrence Stroll, a former player. Any team could be a good coach, though. So this is like former players that could be a good coach. Like, I do think Jason Witten could be a good assistant coach, like tight ends or something. I think Sean Lee could be a great defensive coach. I do. Kind of think Darren Woodson could actually be a decent coach, although he doesn't really want to coach. But, like, you've seen Mark Brunell have success. I think any of the high football IQ guys, name your coach if you like them. I think I'm watching DeMarco Murray, Tashard Choice have success as coaches right now at various levels, at least relative success. You can find guys to do it. My issue with the Cowboys is I don't want to force it. Like, Dan Campbell wasn't forced to have Aaron Glenn, wasn't forced to have Ben Johnson. Didn't play well, but whatever. Like, he picked his guys. If my coach actually wants Jason Witten, if my coach actually wants Sean Lee, cool, bring him in. I don't want to force it, though, because we've done that, and it hasn't worked. From Bryce, it doesn't matter who the coach is, to me, honestly. Ownership won't make proper roster adjustments to make this team a true contender. And this is there's several of these that kind of all fit together. Kai Trimble says, I wish Jerry would sell the team to someone who gave a crap, someone who hire real football people and stop the circus. That is our team. We'll never win anything meaningful because of Gary. And Richard Robinson. This all ties together. I'm happy McCarthy is moving on from McCarthy. The way they did it doesn't inspire confidence to get someone better. Now we're at least a week behind in finding a new coach. Where did Jerry learn to negotiate? These are my issues. I don't trust this front office because they have not given me a good reason to trust them in a long time. So if anyone else out there has doubts like I do, like that's a factor to me. I don't like that. Like I don't like the way they do their. Again, I'm harping on the process a lot, I know. The process hasn't been good in a long time. The results have not been good either. You can't always control your results. Sometimes life just sucks. Sometimes there's injuries, whatever. But you can control your process. If your process is bad, you're just asking for bad results or results that aren't what we've wanted and the ones we've gotten the past almost 30 years now. What is your confidence level in the Jones boys? You can do 0 if you want, but scale it from 1 to 10 at the pinned comment of today's show, especially if the ad comes here on YouTube. From Xavier Worthy Burner. Can't wait for the Dak redemption next year. We need someone to cater to his strengths. One of the best seam ball throwers in the NFL. Ferguson was excellent on that as well. Play to our guys' strengths. More crosses for Cooks and corner routes. More screens for Dowdle. Again, I don't disagree with any of that. I really felt like McCarthy. The stuff that worked last year in 2023 for the Cowboys on offense was not the McCarthy stuff. It was the most of the stuff that they stole. You can still steal stuff. But once they kind of ran out of all the stolen stuff, and Kellen was also a pretty good place there too. I mean that as a positive, by the way. Like I remember watching the Jets run this fake trick play where they threw it across the field. Like they put one guy left side, went everyone out to the right, and then threw it back, and it worked. Like 2 weeks later, Kellen Moore called that play, and it worked. Or they fumbled it or something screwed up there. Like that's good stuff. But, don't get lost in the sauce, Kellen. It's always kind of one of his issues for me. Galaxy brain Kellen. But I agree. They didn't. Why they stopped throwing seam balls to Jake Ferguson? Why did it take this previous regime 15 weeks to go, oh, yeah, that Cavani Turpin backfield stuff? Let's do that now. Why did it take you 15 weeks? Why did it take you 17 to learn? Or 15. CeeDee Lamb bubble screen. Come on. That's just why did it take you so long? Tom's 5th kid. We've jumped from first kid. There was no second kid. It was just Tom's 3rd kid. We've now blown past fourth kid, jumped to fifth kid. Unrealistic, but what combination of picks would it take to trade Dak to the Browns for the number 2 pick and Myles Garrett? I challenge I say straight up. Again, I reject the premise, frankly, because it's just like, I frankly think it makes no sense for either side. Like, if the Browns are adding Dak Prescott, they want to be a winner. Why are they trading away Myles Garrett, their best defensive player? And the Cowboys are eating $100 million of Dak Prescott's contract, and now they got to pay Myles Garrett $35 million per year on a new deal, probably. The math ain't mathing at all there. So it is a trick question because it's not really. I can't make it work. Like I can't make it happen. Today's show is made possible by Gametime. Gametime's got a new feature. It's called Gametime Picks. It makes getting tickets for events even easier. It filters out the fluff to only show you incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets to find the best value. It is curation to make it easier to find the better value on not just sports, but concerts, comedy, theater, everything else in between as well. The Game Time guarantee is this. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. The all-in pricing feature, toggle that one on to see your total cost up front, so there are no surprise fees at checkout. Download the Game Time app, create your account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. But again, create your account, use code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Links in the comments section, and it's in the description of today's show. Get her done 22. Assuming the Cowboys go all in again this year and sign a few low-end free agents, bring back Rico, Tolbert. Would you rather take a best saver available at 12 or Jeanty if he's there, if the DEDTs are gone? Of the mock drafts I've done here, the one that I feel best about, like the best versions I end up getting are like, I get like a Luther Burden at pick 12, or you can go Egbuka if you want him instead. I get that receiver, and there's a good running back for me. Like you end up getting an Omarion Hampton, a Caleb Johnson, a Trayvon Henderson. Like, you get a good guy to pair with Rico Dowdle. I love Jeanty. Don't get me wrong. If Jeanty's there, he's probably the number 1 player on my board, barring something shocking. I don't know if he gets there, but we'll see. But I think like that. I think the wide receiver, either running back or wide receiver D-line running back combo, that makes me feel best about the mock drafts that I do. But it's also very early, so TBD. Also from Get Her Done, knowing the Cowboys need a playmaker across the land, which they have the top receiver in the class, assuming that McMillan had gone, or a vet from free agency like Diggs or Amari Cooper. Kind of want to bring back Amari Cooper, frankly. I just want to really get that one going. I think that'd be fun. Diggs would not surprise me either. Kind of want to go young. I think young and cheap is valid for this team, and then I can invest the money I'd spend on a receiver into a defensive tackle. So I'd like to try to find, because I think there are guys in free agency that can help you out there. But both are valid for me. Badianto 215. What about Flores or Joe Brady? I assume you mean Joe Brady, not Tom Brady. But Joe Brady, Fred coach. Those guys are on my interview list. I question if the Cowboys will interview either of them. Flores is doing stuff right now, very quiet on his candidacy. Cowboys not requested an interview yet. Joe Brady, if you don't do it before they play, you got to wait till he's out of the postseason. Both those guys are guys I'd interview. There's no downside outside of time and effort spent. I think it's a no-brainer. And this team doesn't seem as interested there. Cowboy fan, Tom, the Cowboys need to contact you about being GM. First off, thank you. Very flattering. We'll have some fun poll for you guys in a second. I truly believe that, not just me, I think a lot of you guys watching, I think there are elements of the job that we could do a better job of in the Cowboys coaching GM range. I think there are a lot of elements we could do better. I also don't think I would be respected at all. I don't think that the other GMs would respect me, and I don't think I would be able to, because they shouldn't respect me. They didn't like the Mike Mayock hiring because he kind of skipped the line, hiring some random ass YouTuber to do it. It just wouldn't go over very well. The practicality's nonsense. But I think a lot of us could handle the team better. I think we could manage generally better than the Jones boys sometimes. So ignoring the practicality, it's never going to happen, obviously. Who would be a better GM? TD for me, JJ for Jerry Jones. Double J2288, thoughts on Brian Johnson as a candidate? I think it'd be a terrible head coaching hire. It just doesn't. He was a coordinator for 1 year, got fired. That wasn't all his fault, but still. There's a very good relationship there with Dak Prescott. There's a very good one. And I could absolutely see a possibility of he's a prime offensive coordinator candidate for depending on who you hire. It's a very real candidate there. I think Anthony Lynn is a very real coordinator candidate. I think that, and I think Doug Nussmeier, if you hire Kellen Moore, are all candidates for the OC job. Depends on who you end up hiring, though, as your head coach. Joshua Rhodes, $20. Thank you, Joshua. At this point, I am afraid we're not going to do a real coaching search, and we're really only looking at Kellen or Deion. Makes too much sense with how this franchise has been run by the Joneses. I agree. This is what I did not want. I did not want to interview 3, 4, 5 guys and say I did a real search. I wanted to do what the Bears are doing. Let me do a 12, 14, 15-man coaching search. Why not? Get your interview in there with Mike Vrabel because he handled things properly. Go get your virtuals with Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. Maybe they impress you. The whole point of this interview stuff is we all want a leader of men, right? The interview process helps you do that. So to not utilize it, I just don't get it. I just think it's a bad process. So many guys I would have interviewed. I gave you a list of 30 some odd guys when the Cowboys let Mike leave. I'm gonna do 3 of them. What are we doing out here? Jerome knows Jerry's going to hire Gruden to groom Jason Witten. Here's my question. I think Gruden wants to be back in coaching to an extent. The issue I run into with Jason Witten stuff is, do you want to take on a new job and also at the same time train your replacement? I don't know if coaches want to do that. They got Wade Phillips to do it. They got McCarthy to do it. Kind of. They forced Kellen upon him. I think they want Witten on the staff. And I just think that's such a backwards direction of I just hate the process. We got a mailbag on right now. If you want more mailbags, you want to be on our live shows in the future, hit that sub button, youtube.com/@CowboysTV. From Bryce, as a Cowboys fan who lives in Philly, I cannot stand the constant clear incompetence. From this one, I think there are many avenues to improve this team immediately this offseason. I agree. You got to spend more money. You can create, even if you don't get to 100, you can create $70, $80 million in salary cap space. That's so easy. That's so easy to create. Just instantaneously. Boom, boom. Dude, I can do it in 2 moves. 2 moves is all I require. Do 5 and get 100. You can make this team better. Does this team want to? I don't know. Jotman, $5. Ready for the full circus act. Deion head coach, Witten as an assistant. Maybe Jerry could be the OC. In general with the Gruden, and I've already seen people kind of make this argument of just embrace the circus. Let's have fun. No! If you want to argue, you think Deion can get you a great coordinator group, can convince Jerry to do things differently, they can spend more money somehow for once, that you think that he can get guys in the building, get a good staff. Okay, don't sit there and sell me, well, at least it'd be different and fun and to be a circus. That's not a positive thing. Same way, I think it was Ed Warner was Kellen Moore reminds you of Jason Garrett. It's not a good thing. You might be right. It's a bad thing. James out there talking about, Netflix show. I don't want that. That's such a bad idea. I don't want to do a coaching stuff where it's friggin', it's a marketing success. That's a failure for me. I don't care about the marketing. I don't care about the brand. I want to win football games. Give me the coach you think wins me football games. That's all I want. From Poppy Chulo Sits, best guess on where BJ goes. Who's BJ here? Ben Johnson, probably. That makes sense. Raiders or Bears? That'd be my guess there. Would be my guess. From the boss, feeling Kellen Moore gets the nod. Jerry is a creature of habit, but I agree with you. I wonder if it's real change, but he had success. Yeah, spot on, man. It was better offensive coordinator. It worked. It was better. It was really good. More often than not. Had issues. Got to work through the issues. But we did that already. Are we sure that's the way you think? Is this real change? Come on, guys. Are you really doing the things you need to do? I don't know.